Test, test. Okay, looks like we are live. What's up, guys? It's been a very long time since I've streamed. Um, but I've got a pretty cool idea for a stream today, so I'll probably be here for a couple hours. Um, First of all, before I do anything else, I want to thank my first channel member. Now, I'm not sure if you really want to be shouted out by name, but there's only one member, so thank you very much to whoever you are. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun making these videos, but it is really cool to go from, making like $0 to making a dollar or a couple dollars. So if you guys are interested in the videos and want to support the channel and want me to maybe make videos more frequently, please consider becoming a member. Or just keep watching the videos. If I get the watch hours up a little bit more, we're getting close. I can actually start to make a little bit of ad money. So again, if you enjoy the videos, just watch them a lot too. That helps as well. But you can become a member. If you're here today in the chat, I mean, I think you can send super chats and stuff as well. So I do have the first level of monetization available. So other than that, let's get back to the video. So as you can see in the stream, what I want to do today is rewrite my window manager. We'll go ahead and full screen this. I want to rewrite my window manager in Rust. So let's go and load up Tango Dart and zoom in a little bit. So the window manager I use on my main production machine is called DWM. So it's great. I love DWM. Since I switched to DWM, I've had no interest in window manager hopping at all. But I have been curious, how does DWM work? What are the parts of a window manager? So I decided to start going through DWM and porting it to Rust, because that's one way that I really like figuring out how things work. I guess it's basically like if you're a kid, right? You take stuff apart, you put it back together, figure out how it works. So, of course, one way to figure out how it works is just to read the source code for DWM. But I found that actually trying to put it into practice myself, translating it to another language, really makes me think more carefully about what's actually going on, rather than reading the language or reading the main.c top to bottom, for example. So what you can see on the screen right now, besides Emacs, is actually my first attempt at doing that. I called it RWM for Rust Window Manager. And it's basically a line-for-line port of DWM into very unsafe Rust. So that's what RWM is. Now, there are a few problems. It's supposed to have everything that DWM has. Like, I went through every line of DWM, ported it to Rust. I guess we can actually, let's take a quick look at some of the source codes. So RWM, source, main.rs. Yeah, so the other thing we're going to do before I really get into it is just set up Emacs, because I'm inside a VM, because I don't really want to be running the window manager. Actually, now that I'm streaming, I guess I can't run the window manager and stream at the same time, because we're going to be restarting the window manager over and over, which would probably cause some trouble with the stream. So this is the line-for-line port. You see, we've got all of these global static mute in Rust. So these are global mutable variables, which Rust does not like. Let's see, have we found any? There we go. We've got some raw pointers. Like, this is very, very unsafe Rust. So the idea was to mimic the C API exactly using unsafe Rust, which is fairly painful. Let's try to find where I'm like dereferencing a pointer. So Rust obviously doesn't have the arrow operator. So anytime you want to dereference a raw pointer and then access a field, you got to do something like this, which also nests. Let's see, we might be able to find a nest one where it's like paren, yeah, like right here, paren pointer, paren pointer. It's just awful. But the problem with this is that it doesn't work. There are some bugs in it. So one of these you can see right here at the top of the screen. You'll see that the name of any window I switch to, what do I have over here, is actually, yeah, I just installed the snap version of Emacs 29. But it saved me from having to build it from scratch inside this VM. It's every window title is broken. Now, what you just saw looked like clicking on these works. But something you may notice, let's click over here. Uh-oh. Clicking 9 is triggering the layout switcher. And if I click a different button, how about 7? You'll see that it does not switch to 7. It switches back and forth. So there are a couple bugs like that. And you see, yeah, if I open like another terminal, sometimes the focus just like completely gets lost. Let's try closing one of these. Close this one. Well, I can't, so of course it's a bug. I can't necessarily replicate it on demand. Sometimes the focus just disappears completely. So you have to like grab the mouse and select the window again. So there are a lot of issues. So what I want to do today is take basically a second attempt at this. And instead of, let's go ahead and close these. Should be able to open Firefox. Now, instead of doing it like I did last time, where I open up the C source code and I open up my Rust code side by side, and I just step through them, trying to replicate everything. What I want to do today is something I've done in the past, actually with a Python library and Py03, is where you basically generate bindings to the underlying program you're trying to replace, and then you start slotting in individual parts that you've rewritten. So instead of, let's open DWM as well. So I have that here. Let's go into dwm.c. So if I go down to main, I guess probably int main. I think it's also at the bottom of the file. We can see that the main function is pretty simple. This is some argument parsing. Then it runs these functions and returns success. So the main idea is that we use bindgen to generate bindings for all of the other code. And then we just start replacing it with Rust code one by one. And the major benefit of that is that you don't have to wait until the end to run the window manager. And I think that'll make it a lot easier to debug. So basically what happened with RWM, as I probably basically already said, is that I wrote the whole thing line for line port, then I boot it up and run into all these terrible bugs. So then I'm in debugging mode. I'm trying to like, I mean, I should use like an actual debugger, but I'm not actually sure. I haven't tried it, to be fair, but I don't think, I just have the feeling that a debugger probably doesn't work that well with a window manager. So I tried to do it with a lot of logging, and it's just, there were so many problems that I'm giving up. So we're going to try doing this bindgen approach today, and we'll see how that goes. But before I do that, I am going to set up my Emacs here. So let's go ahead and go in init.el. And the very first thing, let me switch over here. Emacs client. Okay. Yeah, I'm just popping open my own Emacs config on the other monitor so that I don't mess anything up. The very first thing I want to do is set cube my custom file to home/, .emacs.d/custom.el. And then I want to load custom file T. Great. So that way, when I start customizing things, Emacs is not going to put a bunch of junk. Do I have a .emacs file? I do not. That way, Emacs doesn't start putting things into my buffer. The next thing I want to do is remove backups and autosaves. So we got set queue, backup directory, a list. We're going to set it to this. I'm just copying this. You guys have probably seen me write this multiple times. .emacs.d/backups. And then we can also do autosave file name transforms. And we set that to something very similar, which is .star, which I think should be the same, basically. But .emacs.d/autosave list. And we put a T in there. Let's take a look. Okay, good. We don't have any backup files yet. Fantastic. The next thing I want to do, use package evil. I think it's evil, not evil mode, right? And this is great because use package is built in now. Ensure T and config evil mode T. Let's give that a run. I can just barely use the default bindings, but I'm gonna be a lot more effective if I have evil mode. I think after that, okay, it's locked up. We can't do anything. After that, we need to install Rust mode. Actually, we should be able to do. Rust TS mode. Actually, let's give that a shot. Oh, and then yeah, I better install. You know what? We can do. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Beautiful. For those of you who don't know, this is an actually pretty nice built-in vertical completion, or I guess it's not vertical, but this is a completion thing, kind of like Vertigo. You'll see it puts it down here. Yeah, it's actually not so bad. What else should we do? We should probably set the default font to be a little larger so you guys can see it. So I think it's set face attribute. And then I think the face is default nil. And then let's try height 140. That might be a little bit much. Okay, hopefully that's good. Yes, RWM is on GitHub. It should be, I think it should be in the description, right? I'm not sure how. Yeah, it should be, it's in the description. If that's what you're asking about. Set face attribute. But I put it under DWM, so yeah. I kind of hid it down there. And then I like to turn off toolbar mode. Toolbar mode, nil. Maybe we have to do -1. There we go. And I also turn off menu bar mode. And I also turn off scroll bar mode. Okay, that's a little cleaner. There we go. Now if we go back to main RS, can I do Rust TS mode? Beautiful. So you'll see over here we've got the grammar is unavailable. So we can use the new built-in command treesit install language grammar for Rust. Yep, I'll take all the defaults, compiling, and it should be installed. There we go, we got Rust. Now, let me actually make sure that I can compile this. Let's do, we make build. Let's just cat our make file. Let's see what it looks like. Test. Okay, we'll just do cargo build. Cargo build release. Okay, good. So we have cargo installed. So we're pretty much ready to get going. I also want eglot running. So let's see. More than one server. Definitely Rust Analyzer. Server died. Oh, Rust Analyzer is not installed. So I think to fix that, you do rust up component, add Rust Analyzer. Bye. That's pretty funny, right? Let's try eglot again. Okay, I think we're going. Great. There we go. So as I was saying again, this is my first attempt. We are going to get rid of that, basically. Let's go back to our init file, and I also want to install maggot. I think, okay, good. This is an ELPA as well. I think we probably also need to put something in here for activating eglot automatically for the Rust stuff, but we'll see. We'll see about that. All right, we're getting maggot. I'm just trying to decide how I want to do this. I guess I'm going to create a new branch in the repo, and then probably I'll create a new branch in the repo, and then delete the old code. So let's do that. So we'll do branch, new branch, and let's call it bind gen, because that's what we're going to be doing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the initl stuff would be like boring for everybody to watch, or if people would actually like to see it. But I had to do it anyway because I've never run Emacs in this VM. So, all right, we should be on our new branch, bind gen. Is this bound? Oh, Dured jump is bound already. Let's go ahead. Let's go up a directory. Am I going to delete the source directory? I think I am. I think I'm just going to delete it. Let's see what we have in our what packages. Okay. So I think we do want libc. What are we going to want in here? Oh, you can also see, I think something's wrong with this drawing at the top. So basically it's a mess. It's a big mess. Bind gen. Yes, user's guide. It's quite easy to use, and I've used it several times in the past, but we'll just go through the tutorial. Not this. Okay. So I got linked over here. Okay, this doesn't look right. This is what I want. So we add it as a build dependency. Build dependencies bind gen. And then we're going to find our build.rs file. Oh, eglot. Come on, buddy. So this isn't really eglot's fault, right? It's like when you do this, you have to, all right, we've got to go to our init again. Init el. Let's try describe package. I just want to see what this thing is called. Rust TS mode. Okay, good. So this is a package. So we're actually going to do this. Use package Rust TS mode. I got into trouble when I did my Python configuration video because the package was not actually called Python TS mode. So you have to check before you use package in this way. So I forget. I think it's mode. I'm going to have to look at the docs for use package. We're trying to set our, auto mode A list. Emacs is completely frozen right now. So I guess I'll answer a question from the chat. Yeah, interesting idea. How do you go about learning to do new stuff like this? Yeah, that's basically exactly right. I read the similar repo. In this case, I actually, what I do a lot of the time actually is doing ports or translations between languages. So I use DWM. It's written in C, and it's pretty easy to read through, and it's quite short actually. It's only a couple thousand lines. So I just pulled up. I've got two monitors, right? So when I did this the first time, on my left monitor I had the DWM source code, and on my monitor I had Rust. So I just started just porting it line for line. Okay, this might be like really frozen. I don't even know what's going on. Okay. Let's try to get a TTY. Is the VM broken? Oh. Oh, it got paused. Uh-oh. Yeah, this happens sometimes. We are going to reboot our VM. We might have to force off, actually. So there's probably something larger wrong with my window manager, because that is not the first time that has happened. Okay. Oh god, it's paused again. Hold on. Let's see what's going wrong. Overview, IO error. Oh, I forget what happened. I think maybe we filled the disk or something. This has happened to me before, and I don't remember. Let's try force off again. Shut off. Destroyed. Uh-oh. Let's try this again. Oh no. Well, this might be a shorter stream than I expected. Alright, hold on. I am going to, where's my, let's see, BRB. Switching, no, we're not, well, we might be, we could be switching to something else. How do I edit this? Edit. Whatever. Alright, let me try to debug this. Hold on. Okay, I think we might be back. Okay, we're back. So what happened is I filled up my disk. I've got too many VMs, and probably compiling the Rust thing pushed it over the edge. Do I have... What else do I have in here? Is this how you list installed stuff? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's horrible. Holy moly. Okay. Yeah, so I bought myself a little bit of time by running pack cache RV on my main machine. That saved me a couple gigabytes of like cached Pac-Man packages. But let's go ahead and start X again and get back into our RWM. So hopefully we didn't lose too much with Emacs. Yeah, okay, we got maggot, and let's go ahead and do load theme Tango Dark as well. There we go. Do that on startup. Sorry about that, guys. The other package I wanted, yeah, I was trying to configure my Rust TS mode, and we're gonna try to add auto, or not auto, it's called mode. Let's go ahead and do Control HV again. We're going to look at auto mode A list. I think what we can put in here is RS TS mode. I think we can do that. And then let's add a hook to Rust TS mode. We will turn on eglot. And we're actually going to have multiple of those. So let's also turn on company mode. Okay, so to do that, of course, we're going to have to use package company ensure t. Okay, and then let's try this one. So now, if I try to find a file, rent, packages, RWM, and yeah, we'll do build RS. Okay. I think we're back, and we're in Rust mode, so things are looking good. So, fn main. Full screen. Alright, back to Firefox. We just need to look at the bindgen stuff again. We already did this. And then we need to create a wrapper.h header. So the very first thing we're going to do is we will just create wrapper.h. And what we're going to do is we need to include all of the files, all of the header files basically from DWM. So let's do this. Let's go look at DWM in Duret. Why is it doing this? So we are going to be including config.h, draw.h, and then I think dwm.c actually doesn't have a header. So we might have to include... I think this is basically the header right here. Yeah, this might be slightly more difficult than I expected, but we'll see how this goes. Something else that we could also consider doing is maybe instead of starting from scratch, we could just do like draw.h, because so this handles all of the drawing, which seems to be where I'm having a lot of the troubles. So if we could just isolate the part that that's causing the main problems, that could be enough. But the other thing we can do is just try to make this all into a header. So I think I'm just kind of nervous about the statics, because I think bindgen has some problems with statics like that. Let's try to dump all of this. We don't need the macros. Let's try to write all of this into dwm.h. Goodness, how many times do I have to do that? And then we're going to try including dwm.h. So this might not work. I'm not exactly the best C programmer. Let's try compiling this. We're just going to do make. Just make. We'll see if it works. Oh, it appears to work. Compile. Let's see if we can make clean and install. Okay, C is just easy, no problem. Cool. Yeah, I'm pleasantly like shocked, pleasantly surprised and shocked that worked. Okay, great. But we're gonna have to compile. How are we gonna link to this? I think maybe bindgen is used most often when you have like a library. So what we might need actually instead of bindgen is we might need the CC crate. Yeah, I really obviously didn't think this through fully before I started the stream. So we need to do something more like this where we actually compile the code and link to it. Okay. So then I probably didn't need that header thing. All right, let's go back over here. Let's go ahead and stash our changes. dwm.h. What? Okay, can I dwm.h? No? Okay, anyway, let's go back over here. CC, this is what we're going to try to do instead. CC build new. I guess we want this. CC, let's go back to our build RS. Or back to our cargo tom. Yeah, instead of bindgen, we're going to try CC. And then let's try pasting this in. So the file we're going to be compiling is actually dwm.c. And because I think this will both compile and link to it. And then we can have our own extern functions. So file, this is actually going to be dwm. Whoa! Look at that file completion working. That doesn't even work on my main config. Maybe eaglot's doing something nice that LSP mode doesn't do. So let's try doing dwm.c. We can take this out. Our include is going to be ... dwm compile dwm. Oh yeah, LSP eaglot format buffer. Oh, is eaglot not running? Yeah, there's some way to tell it which one to use by default, but I don't remember what that is. So now that that's running, let's try this. Great. Oh boy. There we go. Let's try just compiling that. Cargo build release. Okay, in file included. User include. Oh, FT. Okay, so I actually ran into an error similar to this the other day for a different project. So this is related to font config. I think this is like font free type. I think it's free type 2. So let's go find out how do we get free type library Ubuntu. I guess it's just called free type. Or we probably need lib free type. Okay. Lib free type dev. Okay, it says that one's already installed. And it can't find user include x11 ft2 build.h. user include x11. Oh, maybe we need x. I bet we need xft. Oh no, xft is there. Xft.h. We need ft2 build ft2 build.h. So we're just trying to find the package that has this file. Package config. So sure, we'll run this, and it's right here. User include free type 2. Okay. Then link the header. Yeah, so if we look in this directory, right, ft2, so it's right there, user include free type 2 build. This should definitely be in our path. So, I mean, surely we don't have to tell cargo where to get that, right? Oh, it might only be looking here. Add a directory to the iPath. I mean, we can try this. User include free type 2. Recompile. These are just warnings. Warnings are fine. Comparison. Okay, great. Warning, warning, warning. Where's our error? Yeah, so I think... Where's the... Okay, error. Too many errors. Error. Use of undeclared identifier unique. Okay. Info. Use of undeclared... Oh, Zenorama screen info. Okay, so we also have to find Zenorama. Apparently I've already searched for this. So we'll do package config C flags Zenorama. Oops. I think I've already done all of this. Yeah, okay. User include... Yeah, this is seeming like less and less of a good idea. I don't know why these aren't on my include path already. Unknown type, Zenorama screen info, which is why we tried to include this. This is in DWM.C. So I'm concerned that this is a result of me putting all of this into DWM.H. So let's try to undo that. And you might be seeing that I keep typing F5. So the reason I do that is because I usually bind global set. Let's do company mode. Global set key, keyboard, F5. I usually bind that to recompile. Okay, so that's why that's fixed. Failed to run custom build script. Okay, so we don't care about the warnings, we only want the errors. Unknown type name, Zenorama screen info. Okay, deprecated, unknown type name, Zenorama screen info. So if we go to this directory and we look in here, there should be... Yeah, we have this right here. So, okay. If that's not going to work... So, just in summary, what I've found, I've been doing a lot of binding stuff recently, and I've found that BindGen maybe is easier to work with. Like, it does more things for you. So, if you can use BindGen, that's usually the easier way to go. But the issue with BindGen, and we can see this in the examples, right, is we're creating a wrapper for a system library. So this is going to expect to find lib.bzlib.so, or I guess .a, somewhere on your path. And that is not the case for us, because we are trying to bind directly to some C code, which means that we actually need to compile the C code and link that into our Rust executable. So another way I've done this in the past is that we can try compiling DWM into its own library and then link against that. So that's another thing that we could consider doing, I guess. Unknown type name. This one's really bothering me because it feels like we should be able to find that one. Yeah, it's right there. Unknown type name. And that should be in that file, right? Yeah, it's right there. So something is going wrong. Oh, we didn't define. Okay, all right. Yes, that's why they do this in the example. Define. What are we supposed to define? Oh, it has to be a string. Oh, some. Okay. Where's our next error? Ooh. Oh my. I mean, so now it's trying to tell me that it can't even compile this. This is line 2009. And this is because we've got this version macro. Version. Oh, is that in... Where's our version? We need to take a look at our DWM make files. What's going on? What other things do they define in here? So when they make it, we do this version. So version is supposed to be defined in here somewhere. DWM version. Where does it actually get set? Oh, it's in config.make. There it is. Okay. So that's what's going wrong. Jeez. Okay. There we go. We cracked the case. Just remember how you're actually building things in C when you try to build them from inside of Rust. So our version is 6.4. Let's go to our wrapper.h. So, we're not using wrapper.h. Let's go to dwm.c. And then we're just going to define some things. So we got hash define version is 6.4. Okay. Error expected parenthesis. Do I not know how to use okay, I guess we have to define this when we do our build RS. Version 6.4. Okay. Oh, it's still causing a problem. Dash D variable with an optional value. Is that not how they pass it in the makefile? Version equals 6.4. And then C++ flags. Oh, dash D version equals dash D. Yeah, they're just doing dash D to define it. That's weird. That should be working then. Let's go back. DWM. Did I take out? Oh, I don't have redo. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Another thing you should add in here is evil set undo system. We'll just use undo redo because it's built in. Okay, thank goodness. But usually I like to use undo tree. Alright, so what did our thing say this time? Compilation. DWM dash version. Why is this not working? Oh, maybe... Okay, error... Expanded from here. Okay, but I deleted that line. Okay, expanded from here. DWM. Oh, I think it really needs to have quotes around it. Oh, it worked. Okay. All right. It's beautiful. Okay. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We can, yeah. Yeah, to have the quotes around it. And I think this one we can actually put none here. Okay. Okay. That's kind of hilarious. It ran successfully. Now, the other thing also that I like to include in here, I know I'm jumping back and forth a little bit. Sorry. Let's say map rust ts mode. Oh, not like that. And we like to put F6 to thank you. I see a celebratory message in the chat. Eglot format buffer. I think this is how you do it. Void variable rust ts mode map. Okay, so now I go back in here. Let's revert this, which turned off eglot. Let me. Oh God, now I'm getting pulled into Emacs config land. Eglot set. I have this in my config somewhere. Let me just go look it up. Configs. But it's been about 2 years, I think, since I last used this. But the good news is I looked this up the other day for a question somebody asked me on YouTube about how to configure something in eglot. So it should be LSP. One more maybe. Let's try this. So at some point I was switching like back and forth between eglot. Not really back and forth, like just once. I switched. Let's go one more. I tried using eglot before it was added to Core Emacs actually. And then 2 years ago. There we go. Going back to LSP mode. And I did it for easier configuration. Wow. Okay. So this is what I had in my config to do this. Let's see if this works. Oh, I forgot I can't copy and paste. So what I was doing in the past though is I was doing add hook rust ts mode hook, and then I was defining a function my eglot rust hook, and then I'm doing set queue local eglot workspace configuration, and I was setting it to this. I don't think this works actually. Hold on, where's my I don't think this works, but we'll see if it works. Check on save. So I'm trying to construct basically. Yeah, I also don't think it's running Clippy on save like I want. All right. Yeah, this is basically why. Oh, thank you very much for being here to support. Hopefully, we're going to get back to Rust as soon as possible. I'm just trying to iron out this one issue with eglot. Eglot variables. Basically, I just wanted to use Rust Analyzer. Because you'll see, anytime I run eglot. Sure. So it's saying there's more than one thing available. And I just wanted to always use Rust Analyzer. And I know I figured this out in the past. Yeah. But I really don't want to have to do it every time. Maybe there's a variable called eglot server programs. Okay. Rust TS mode takes a function, and I don't want it to take a function. So let's do add to. I have to remember how add to list works. We want to put it at the front of the list. Add to list. Adds element. It is added at the beginning of the list. So the fix I'm looking at on my other monitor is basically to do this. Add to list eglot server programs Rust TS mode Rust Analyzer. Symbol P. This is from 2019 though. So this might not be the way to do it anymore. eglot server pro. Oh, this is supposed to be a symbol. Okay, let's see if that worked. Revert buffer and eglot is not running again. Or is it? Yeah, it's definitely not running. All right. Who cares? I don't want to spend any more time on this for right now. Hopefully, I will figure that out at some point again. But we are now building this. So when you're using CC, this is another downside between like CC and BindGen. When you're using BindGen, it does all of this for you. But when you're using CC, we are actually going to have to write our own extern block. So I've found the GitHub. Nope, I clicked the wrong one. This has the best tutorial, I think. Or this is the same as the README, but yeah. So we do this stuff that we copy and pasted already. Then we have to start doing stuff like this, extern C, and then we can call them. So in my main, let's go into source, main. Yeah, so eglot is just like straight up not working. We're going to add our own little extern C block. And, okay, so this is me setting up some logging, opening a display, and check other WM. So, what we're going to want to do is start putting functions in here that we want to use. I think we can probably, let's go ahead and split our screen, and we'll go back to dwm.c, go all the way to the bottom, and this should look pretty familiar. Let's go ahead and do run, I guess. Let's try run. So that's a pretty easy signature. So we've got, yeah. Oh, but we don't have, okay, right. These are Rust function signatures. Well, that's easy enough. Yeah, there we go. There's our function. So what I want to do, we also, how do we extern a global variable? So let's look that up. Rust cc extern global variable. Because the way DWM does, as you can see, one of the ways I tried to make the Rust version a little bit safer is that I pass a lot of things by arguments that DWM just takes from the global environment. So if we do GD on here, we don't have tags, but actually there are tags in here. Yeah, you'll see that display is actually a global mutable pointer. Oh boy. This Emacs config needs some work. But this is supposed to be a global. So I'm going to have to set the C global inside of my extern block. Oh, okay. That's not so bad. Kind static. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have a static, and it's called dpy. It is a star const, or it's not const. Yeah, we'll call it a C void. We might as well. Okay, so let's not do this. Let's actually, yeah, we can say, I'm pretty sure that my display type is just a, yeah, it just contains an X display. So I can go ahead and say that, let's undo, how do we do this? Eglot rename it to, we'll call it mdpy. So for my display, basically. And then in here, we will set dpy to mdpy.enter. And let's see if we can compile that. Something went wrong. Expected mute or const keyword. Oh, of course. I keep forgetting. This can get kind of confusing, right? When you're working in C and Rust. Like you have to remember, when is it Rust, when is it C? It should probably be kind of straightforward that I'm in a Rust file, so I'm writing Rust, but yeah. Okay, failed again. Previous definition of the value run here. Okay, so, and we can do the same thing in this case. Let's do eglot rename, and we'll just call it mrun. So again, for my run. So maybe now, unused parameter arg. That's just a warning. Error, function parameters cannot shadow statics. Okay, so what we actually want to do is like, let's just go ahead and replace every occurrence of dpy with mdpy. And we'll do gc. Yes, we're going to replace it. Yes. That one is okay. Yes, 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 yes. You also might notice that we're not getting good syntax highlighting in our compilation buffer. And the reason for that is that that is actually provided by the Rust mode package. It's not provided by the Rust TS mode stuff that's built into Emacs now. So even if you end up using Rust TS mode, I recommend usually to install Rust mode from Melpa so that you get some of the added nice things that they do. Yeah, so this is used all over the place, which you can see, right? Like, they're using it as a global variable because it's used everywhere. Basically, all of my functions take it as an argument, and it's pretty annoying to pass around. So, I mean, you can make fun of like global variables or whatever, but they are pragmatic. And as I was saying earlier, like, DWM is a fairly small program, so it's been running fine on my machine. So the people who wrote it knew what they were doing, and using global variables, I think, in small amounts and in simple programs is fine. Rust makes it much more annoying to do, which is part of the reason I was trying to get away from it. Now, at this point, I just about want to hit the exclamation point and tell it to do the rest of these. But there are some, like that one, I don't really need to change, but only because it's not used, so it would be fine to change it. Yeah, we basically just don't want to change the one that we just made static. So I'll just hit, I thought, is it A? Okay. This one we already changed. This one we take out. M. We already added the M on this one. Okay. Okay. And this one is supposed to be Dippy for sure. Cannot find type C void in scope. Yeah, so something else I'm noticing is that, oh, that's because eglot's not running. Ooh, that is good. Actually, that means it might actually be running. So this is supposed to be a list? Oh, that's not really a list. We better put a... Oh no, there's a quote on the outside. Okay, this should be okay. Try it again. Ooh, I didn't have selected. Okay, so that did actually work. Okay. Crisis averted. And now it is telling me I need to do this. Oof. I usually bind my code actions to that. Init el. How long is this line? So let's go ahead and do this. Use package. eglot. That is very upsetting. So I think we probably want to do ensure nil. I think we were supposed to do that here as well. And then we're going to configure some things. No, I want to bind things. So we're going to bind in the eglot mode map. I want, yeah, actually I want this. This actually belongs in here. And the other thing, another thing I like to bind is Control C A to eglot code. Is it eglot? Eglot, shouldn't it be code action? Let's try that. And then we can actually delete this part. We can just do, let's do an eval buffer. Just make sure we get everything here. Failed to define function eglot code action. Auto loading file. Okay. It is defined here. Okay, so yeah, I always forget basically what, maybe we don't. Let's just leave out the ensures. And let's try reverting the buffer. So eglot, that turned eglot off. Connection attempt. Okay, I do not know how to use eglot. Yeah. Doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Failed to define function eglot code action. Holy moly. I think one thing in my config, I don't think you're supposed to put eglot here. I think you're supposed to say eglot ensure. Eglot ensure. And then, oh, it's eglot code actions. Okay, let's revert the buffer. I guess I forgot to. Okay, now eglot starts automatically. And if we can just get our code action to work, I will be very happy. Perfect. We imported it. We formatted it. Let's run it. Still get an error, but that's okay. We're chipping away one at a time. Can't find value, dpy. And we basically need to cast this. I think we can just write .cast. And this is unsafe. This is like doubly unsafe, right? Cannot assign. Holy moly. There we go. So let's see if that works. We've got something new happening. Function run is never used. Okay, that's just linker command failed. Some extern functions couldn't be found. So this, yeah, this is basically the issue. Undefined reference to DPY. And that is because it's declared static. That's what I was saying before. And I learned this actually from coding. So some other stuff I've been working on recently has been like really inspired by this guy right here, who has some great videos, especially about Raylib and graphics programming. So I've been having, I've been looking at his Coding Daily channel. But yeah, go check this guy out. He makes great videos, mostly programming in C, but he does some Rust as well. He's got a ton of great ideas for projects to do. So the issue I think here is that this is static. So let's make it not static. But anyway, I've heard Coding say that static stuff is, I think it basically isn't exposed to other translation units or something like that. So I think if it's static, like I can't call it from from another file. Something like that. Undefined reference to DPY. Okay. Yeah, so actually what I want to call this function. And this is also unsafe. So I'd really like to hide these warnings. They're pretty annoying. We've got an undefined reference. Oh, wow. We have undefined references to both of these. That's not good. Yeah, I bet run is static as well, isn't it? Function not used. Okay. Undefined reference to DPY. So we might have to do a little bit more work. Okay, so this is foo function. Oh, we might just need more files? Maybe we try Googling. CC undefined reference to C code. Rust. Maybe, oh, we might need no mangle. That is possible. No. How do they do it? No mangle. No mangle has no effect. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Oh, this is previously accepted. Okay. Fine. Then add Rust dependencies. So I thought it was doing okay. And then something is going wrong. Undefined references. I mean, we can try adding some more files to our build script. Include, compile. I wish we could see. Yeah, I basically want to see the library that gets built. So let's go ahead and pop open a terminal. And we'll go to packages, RWM, find -name. We are looking for lib dwm.so, I think. Okay, let's try this. Start. Okay. Let's try this one. What is it? I think is it nm? Okay, So we see that there are a bunch of symbols in here. But run, no, run should be in there. Okay. Run is in there. So I'm not exactly sure why it's not working. Is it, maybe it's not in the other one? NM. Look for run. Ooh, it's actually not in this one. Okay. Why is it in one of them and not the other? These are, it's alphabetical, right? Okay, what if we just keep trying? So we messed something up, for sure. Maybe it does need to be static. Okay, so now, undefined reference, linker command failed. And how is it trying to, oh my goodness, this is why it is so hard to debug this stuff, because it just shows you this gigantic thing. So I'm looking for DWM. Is it not called? Yeah, wait, what was our, what was our, what was coming out of there? It is called libdwm. So we're looking basically for LDWM. Okay, it's not there. Well, that would certainly explain why it can't be found. Okay, let's do a cargo clean. And then we're going to compile. And we're going to see if it's there. Because we could have made those earlier. And maybe they're not even getting made now. Okay, so this is still created. And if we do nm on it, we'll see that run is indeed not there. But DPY is there. So we should actually see that. Although I don't know what these letters mean. Yeah. So let's see what we're getting now. It says undefined reference to DPY, undefined reference to run. I do see run there. Or I saw DPY there. How does nm work? The symbol value, the symbol type. Okay. So yeah, BSS data, this section. Let's go back over here. Anybody in chat have any ideas? I thought everything was going so well. Static. I mean, we definitely might need to have more files. I mean, I think we do for sure. If I go back to build. And these also could need to be, let's go here. So what C files do we have? We have draw.c. We have util.c. So let's do draw.c. Didn't work. Undefined reference to DPY. I mean, I thought the whole point, like when I say compile DWM, I think it's supposed to tell it, like the whole point of using the CC crate is that it's supposed to, hold on, okay, it doesn't work. It's supposed to emit all of the flags to Rust so that you don't have to tell it what to do. Like, I shouldn't have to tell it to link against DWM. But it doesn't seem to be doing that. Rust CC crate, undefined reference. Okay. I mean, maybe we need to try doing it dynamically, I guess? I'm not sure. Okay, extern C. We've got constants. Yeah, I'm really confused why this is the error. Is this not the real issue? Like, there are... Yeah, I mean, did something else happen before this? It doesn't sound like it. Unused parameter. Warning. Yeah, it would actually make more sense to me if we weren't including something. Yeah, because we need to link to these other libraries. File. Or it also makes sense if like this needs to be absolute somehow. Undefined reference. Yeah, but it would make more sense if these were undefined references to things outside of our code. But it's like, it's undefined reference to functions that are actually, like, obviously there. It's like, I know DPY is there. Is it, like, not called that? What? Like, this should be right here. Static display DPY. And then, I mean, even more obvious should be this run function. Right there. Hi, Radium. I am from Texas. Static. I don't, like, what is the C? I guess I should do this over here so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. Static C keyword. What does this mean? Because I thought it meant that you, like, couldn't see it outside of. Only in the file it's declared in. So, I mean, that would certainly make some sense, right? Ooh. Okay. Let's take this static off. But what I don't understand is I hit F5, right? And it runs. And ooh, okay. Okay, no. Oh, no, no. No, it is still there. Undefined reference to run. Okay, where's dwm.h? Because we don't actually use that anymore. I just want to get rid of it and make sure. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, good. It doesn't exist. Void run. Void. Function declarations. Do we, like, have to? Maybe do we have to put it in a header? Is that what's going wrong? Let's try that. Let's delete this. We'll go to dwm.h. Oh, no, it is still here. Okay, undo. Are the functions? Okay, they are in here. Let's go back. We're going to try this again. I'm deleting everything down here. Okay. We're going to do hash include dwm.h. Let's try that. Error. Undefined reference. Ugh. Let's do another. We're going to compile. We're going to run our find command in compile now so that we can actually see it. Find dot dash name. We are looking for start, dwm start. And that's because I need to do this. And I need to do it in here. So what I'm hitting is Control X, P, C. Whoa. Control X, P, C, which runs project compile. So it'll run from the root of the project. Okay. So we've got both of those. Let's do that again. And we're going to do xargs ls dash, because I want to see when these were made. Okay, this one was made then, and it's currently 3:45. So these are old. These are out of date. Which is probably why you can't find it. We probably need to go into our build.rs, and we have to do print line. I think that's how you do it. Rerun. Let's see. Rust build script. So you have to tell it when to actually rerun this stuff. So cargo rerun if changed. I mean, I want it to rerun all the time, basically. Okay, so this should reconnect to eglot. Yeah, let's say // dwm.c. Okay, we've got one now. Let's try building. Undefined reference. So now I'm thinking I should take the statics off. So we've got the header file. Here's run. Delete the static. Okay. And where's dpy? Also delete that. Back to build.rs. Oh my goodness, I hate this. And also if dwm.h changes. So now let's try to run it. Didn't work. Undefined reference to run. Let's give it a cargo clean. I feel like things are not rebuilding correctly. Which is definitely not helping. Okay, I mean, where's our build script? So we're just gonna tell it what to. We're just gonna say we have to link to it. Link arg. Yeah, link lib. So we're gonna try this one. Front line. I really thought equals DWM. I thought that this was going to do that for us, but possibly not. All right, do we get a different error or the same error? Undefined reference. Okay, try it again. And we might have to also add a, yeah, we might have to specify the path. Link search. Yeah, this is big L. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of losing interest in this. This is really, yeah, really not going well. And I've never actually done this before. I forgot that BindGen was going to rely on a library. Yeah, one thing that we can try is just, instead of doing the CC stuff, we might just compile DWM. So, yeah. Let's go back to the DWM directory and let's copy a bunch of files. So this, I don't like this. This is not the solution I really want to go for. Actually, we might be able to even just... Let's see. Yeah, what I'm thinking is we might just turn... if we just put these object files into an archive ourselves, and then we, if we put these into an archive by themselves, and then copy that into our Rust area. Yeah, so let's try that. Let's try that. We're gonna do RCS. We're going to take drw. Well, actually, if I do star.o. Oh, and we need to make it. We're gonna call it lib dwm.a. Let's just see if that works. Okay, so we should now have our lib dwm.a. Okay, forget about this. Okay, and we're gonna copy DWM, lib DWM, right here. We're gonna run that. Okay, undefined reference, which is very confusing to me because if I do nm lib DWM, run is not defined, but dpy is defined. So that's very confusing. Oh, but those, hold on, those object files are old. So let me just go to over here. So let's go cd packages dwm. Let's just run a make clean make. Okay. And actually, if we edit our make file, we're just going to add this in, lib dwm.a from, do they have the objects defined? And yeah, then we just do RCS target, like this, make lib. Okay, if we do nm lib, hopefully it has both run. There's run. Okay. And DPY. They're both in there. Okay. Let's try this again. I think if we modify this, it should trigger a rebuild. And okay, it doesn't work. So, I'm sorry, everybody. This is like a complete waste of an hour and a half. Just terrible. I did not think this would be so hard. Well, thanks everybody who... Sorry, my dog is coughing. You're alright. Thank you everybody who came by. It was fun to stream again for the first time in a while. I'm going to... Yeah, I mean, I really want to get this window manager to work. I thought this was a great idea. I was like, wow, I will just... Alright, let's not give up quite yet. Hold on just a second. Let's go back to DWM. Let's go to our make file. So, the other thing, this is what I've actually been doing with a C++ library at work. And it doesn't feel like the right solution, but it has been working. So, instead of trying to make a static thing, my plan, let's try to compile a dynamic library. And then we can actually use bindgen to link to that. I've had a lot more success with that. So, where's our libdwm? So let's, instead of .a, let's make libdwm.so. And this is going to depend on... I think this just depends on all the source files. So we're going to do gcc. I guess we'll use Clang, because I know that's what Rust is using. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. I think we can just do it like that. So let's try compiling this, and we'll just do make lib. Okay, that's good, that's good. So we need to link against ft2. I think it's whatever we saw earlier, right? Free type 2, or it's actually just free type. If we go back to our build rs script, we can actually take this from here. I'm really not sure why this is not in here. This is actually .i. Okay, unknown type name. Yeah, I really don't understand why this isn't yeah, we're gonna have to put these earlier in the thing, I think. What's the dog doing? What you doing, buddy? Unknown type name. Oh, we need to link against Zenerama, I think. Let's see how they actually do it. Let's go back to config.make. I mean, we should just use their flags, is really what it is. Yeah, just forget all of that. We've got this and this. We'll do their flags, because they probably know how to build it. And yeah, for some reason... Oh, we did need the includes, though. CPP flags, LD flags. And then we'll paste in our additional flags. Ooh, it worked. Okay. So this looks horrible. I'll just say includes. And the reason I keep hitting the wrong binding for this compile is that I usually use projectile instead of project el. Okay, we now have libdwm.so. So if I go over here and I say ldd libdwm.so, great. And if I do an m, hopefully we will find the things we need. Run is in there. And is DPY in there? DPY is also in there. And you see now that they have actual addresses. This one I know before said 0, which I don't know if that's a problem. I don't exactly know what I'm looking at here. So I don't want to pretend to know exactly what's going on. But the fact that they're not 0 feels encouraging to me. Now, back to build.rs. We are going to delete everything again. We are going to go into, we're going back to bindgen. I think we have this already. Back to bindgen, away from CC. Yeah, create a build.rs. This is great. Print line. This is going to be home. Rent. Packages. DWM. Okay. And then we need to link lib. Rust C. Link lib. And it's going to be called just DWM. So it's going to, for those of you who don't know, it's going to add on like lib and .so. And then let's just grab this. We need all of this. Actually, this is why bindgen is nice, because if you get it to work, this is all it takes. So we need to actually include some things in our wrapper, though. All right, stop it. Okay, so wrapper.h include dwm.h. Does this work? This is almost definitely not going to work, but maybe it will. Oh. Ah. Is Eagle going to work? Please. Yeah, I don't really want to blame, what is this? I don't really want to blame Eagle here. So, this might be, I'm just running inside of a VM. So anything that's going wrong, I'm pretty happy to blame on the VM. Is this out of date? What version are we supposed to be on? Yeah, 069.2. Why did it tell me? Okay, now before I do that, I am going to cargo clean just to try to make sure that I don't fill up my hard drive again. Okay, we'll give this another shot. It'd be really nice if this works, but I only wanted to stream for like 2 hours, so we're kind of coming to the end of that anyway. I mean, for people who are just joining, again, the goal is, instead of rewriting every line of the C like I previously tried to do, we would basically just write the main function. This would be like the initial stage. We would just write the main function in Rust, and each of these functions we would actually call into the C code. So then, I can't mess anything up really. Like we would just replace tiny amounts at a time. This is good. These are the kinds of errors we want, because it's saying it doesn't know about X event. So now what we do is we just go back to the make file over here, and we start linking to things in Rust. And I will get rid of these comments. So in addition to DWM, we also need to link X11. So that should change the error we get. Okay. Now it doesn't know about keysim. Oh wait, keysim. Hold on. X event. Yeah, let's go back to the make file and see what they are linking against. Okay, we are supposed to link against definitely X11. We are also supposed to link against Xinerama. Basically, I'm looking for all of these dash L's. So we got dash L, Xinerama. We also need font config, XFT, and free type. Let's try that. Error, unknown type, window. So these should all be in X11. Ooh. Oh, no, these are from the header. DWM.H. DWM.C. This should all be in the header, I think. FT2 build. Okay. Good, good. We've handled this one before. We've handled this one before. This is in config.make. Oh, I don't remember how to do this. There we go. User include free type 2. This, we need to add a link search. Wow, I keep pasting twice. This one is actually user include free type 2. That looks good. Let's try that. Okay, we need a header file. We need another include file. Okay, we're making progress now. We're making progress now. This is this one. No, this shouldn't go in link search. Rust bindgen. How do we add an include directory? I've definitely done this. I think there's probably like a dot include. Header clang arg. Oh, I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. The dog, I think, is doing something wrong down there. Is it this? Okay, I mean, this is fine. We can just do this. Clang arg. Yeah, I don't think this is the ideal way to do it anymore. Yeah. So this, yeah, we're not linking in that directory. Okay, we got some warnings. Thread main panicked. Error expected semicolon after top level declaration. That is okay, we can take care of that. Oh, I missed a comment. Redefinition with different types. Struct cur. Draw.h included multiple times. Oh, wait, that's actually in my wrapper. Hold on, let's go back to the wrapper. Let's not do that. We'll just include dwm.h. No! It still says undefined reference. Oh, God. All right. I mean, how do we, in C, how do we make global variable public C? I mean, that's not really the... Maybe we just have to say extern. Is that what it is? Where is run? I thought just putting it in here, extern? Undefined reference. Oh, that's because, okay. Now that is a build issue. All right, where is rerun if changed? We need cargo, rerun if changed. DWM. Yes, definitely. Something's going horribly wrong with my language server. Yeah, that was a not rebuilding issue, I think. Wait, nope. Hold on. I forgot to do this. I forgot to undo this. And the other thing we forgot to do is the second part of bindgen. So you build the thing, and then where is the actual like good documentation? Include this. We forgot to do this. I forgot to do this. I won't blame you guys. Okay, sig child. Yes. Okay, that's good. This is great. This is great. So now I think we can like blacklist some of this stuff. Oh, this is amazing. This is good. This is really good. Somewhere in here there's like a whitelist kind of thing. Yeah, allow listing. Builder. So let's try to, instead of doing everything, we will do dot, this is on the builder, right? Dot allow. We're going to try to allow run, and then we're going to do allow list variable So this should only generate bindings, because we're already using bindings to the other stuff. C void. Previous definition of the type display here. Okay, and then we might have to do something else. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. The other thing we can do here is we can just call this mod bindgen, and then we can pick and choose which versions of things we want to get. Yeah, and then we can put this stuff in here. Like that. There. So that should compile just fine. I think. It cannot compile. So if I go down here, so we want to use bindsgen : dpy. And this should be bindgen . I'm guessing that this is not going to work. Oh, okay. Hold on. You know what? Just allow unused everywhere. Please. Oh, it still doesn't work. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back over here. We're going to try rebuilding this. And then we're going to try rebuilding this. And then we have to also allow improper C types. Yeah, this is a disaster. It doesn't work. Okay, well, I guess it just doesn't work. Run is right there. DPY is... Ooh! Oh, no, DPY is actually not there. But it says run, too. It says undefined reference to DPY and undefined reference to run. So that's what I don't understand. But if we go... It finds it. Like Rust knows about it. It generated bindings for it. Is eglot just like not working? Yeah, I'm trying to go to the definition because usually you can jump into this. It's spinning. Yep. Come on. This little spinning cursor. Yep. Timed out. All right, just forget it. Huh. Yeah, just try again, right? Rerun it changed. Let's just make sure that the build script is actually rerunning. Yeah, not sure. Build RS. Ooh. Okay, we should try to delete that. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to use this without the without the proper bindings. So we have it in our link search. We're linking against the library. I wonder actually, yeah, let's, oops. Let's try deleting this just in case it's falling back on that. Okay. Well, that didn't help. Extern void run. Yeah, not sure. Rust-C link lib. But we've got the link. We say Rust-C link lib. I mean, we'll try dynamic. That's what I'm finding over here. But that should be the default, I think. Oh, it's dylib. Yeah, I just don't really, I don't understand what's going on. Let's go back to our wrapper. We include this. We go over here. We find extern. Maybe we need to give it an initial value. Let's try that. I don't. Yeah, and then while we're over here, we have to recompile this. Warning, extern variable has an initializer. Undefined reference. Okay, and we're trying to build. So something that you'll run into a lot of the time, right, is when you are linking to these dynamic libraries in weird places. If I were running cargo run, for example, and something like this happened, I would try setting my LD library path, because it could be that it can't find at runtime the dynamic library. But what's happening here is that we're just building, and it's saying that linking is failing. So it can't find, yeah, in RWM this, in function RWM main. So, I mean, actually, if we go back to main, right? And instead of doing this, I just do mrun, and I do mdpy. Right. We might get a different error. Yeah. This should build fine. Undefined reference. Right. Okay. This should build fine. Okay. This builds fine. So I'm actually less concerned about the DPY thing. So let's see. Okay. If I could get this to work, I would be much happier. So maybe let's take another look at this bindgen example. I've never had this happen before. Bindgen has always been quite easy to work with. Go back. So let's go look at their bzlib.h. So let's try this. Zlib. Okay, let's see what their functions look like. Okay, zextern. What does zextern mean? Zconf. So they use macros usually to do this. Zextern. Oh, there we go. Define. Extern. So it basically just expands to extern. Except on Windows, which makes sense, I guess. So it needs to be an extern function. Okay, I go back to dwm.h. Do you have to put extern on the code as well? Use a header file to contain an extern declaration of the variable. Okay, so just a declaration. The header is included by the one source file that defines the variable and by all the source files that reference the variable. Where do we... Oh, we actually pass it in here. Okay, let's go look at drw.h. Okay. The header is included by one source file. Global variable. Okay, we define it. The next two files, extern. Global variable includes this. Okay, then we define it. Okay, so it actually looks like I think I want to put all of this back. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go back to dwm.c, and I'm supposed to put this back. Okay, and then I think I'm supposed to come down here. I'm like reading this thing on my other monitor, and it's saying you don't really want to put static stuff in your header file. So I'm just going to try putting this. We're going to try putting just run and this. We're going to try putting just these into dwm.h. And then up here, we are going to include it. I'm going to come back over here. Okay, so this runs fine. This is what's very confusing to me, is this runs fine. I run nm on the output library, less, and we look for dpy. Ooh, not good. That's not good. Okay, so maybe that's actually not defined. But I thought run, so run maybe should be defined at least. So we get a capital T and a capital U. Okay, so U is undefined, but it actually does start out undefined. But what is T? The symbol is in the text section. Okay. Try it again. Okay. Unknown type name display. Okay. Now that actually makes sense. That's because we need to include some kind of X11 header. Include. Which one do you think it is? Probably this one, right? Okay, X display. Run for display semicolon. There we go. X display. So we're gonna try including this one. Try that. Oh right, we have to do this first. Rebuild. Okay, undefined reference to run. Let's try looking at this horrible mess again. Again, it looks like, no, it didn't even try to link against it. -L DWM is just not even in there. Well, that would certainly explain Rust C link lib, right? Okay, if I run this, like where is, it's just not even in here. What? -L. So those are in there. Why is this one not working? Rust C. Did I? Rust C link lib. Well, we should have looked at this earlier, I guess. -L. All of these are in there. What if I put it down here? Does that work better for some reason? Does it like not find the library? Some functions. Rust C link lib. -L DWM. It's not in there. What's going on? Can I be admin? I don't think so. I don't think we need any admins. Rust C link lib not showing in cargo output. Yo, we might have to do like maybe we need to make like more verbose. It's just not there. Is this the right path? Okay, that is the right path. Rust C link search. Okay, Rust C link lib. It's just not linking to this. What if I delete that line? Do we get a different error? Linker command failed. Okay, so it's not, no, it's not even looking at our file. What is going on? Okay, look, if I delete one of these lines, we get a different error. Ooh, we don't get a different error. Undefined reference to run. Do I have generate wrapper.h? Oh, I keep forgetting to take off the so it's just okay. Ooh. Slash home print proj. Oh, it's not projects. Ooh, did I write that anywhere else? No. Wrapper. It's packages. Okay, so this is a very different issue than I thought. Because yeah, it's like nothing. Why is the linker? We just need to set I just wanted pass flags to Rust. Well, I mean, I don't understand why this isn't working. Right? Like Rust C link lib. What am I doing wrong? Cargo Rust C link lib. cargo rust c link lib. Make sure appears after instructions to link object foo. Wait, what? The order of instructions may affect the order. You will want to pay attention to the order of the build script's instructions. If object foo needs to link against library bar, oh, make sure this after. Okay. Okay. Rust C link lib. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Right, like I go back to my build. If I misspell something like this, let's just take out the I. We should get like a warning. It should say, like, I think cargo would tell me, I don't recognize this directive. Or not. What, am I in the wrong directory? Like, what's going on right now? Cargo clean. Okay. Cargo build. Let's not do release. Let's just try... let's not do release. Maybe that's part of the problem. Well, I'm sorry, everybody. This must be like really boring, right? This is not how I thought today was gonna go. What is this? Just incredible, isn't it? RWM main. Undefined reference. Okay, and look at this. Hold on. What is going on? Like, these are all commented out. Why are these getting linked? These are from one of my dependencies. I think these are from my dependencies. Holy moly. Hold on. What's going on here? I don't think any of my build script is getting run. I mean, can we... What if we panic, right? Like, does this do anything? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Okay, yes. Okay, it panicked. But... Yeah, that's a good question. Like, why is it using LX11? I think that's because of my dependencies. Like, I think... Yeah, RWM, cargo.toml. So I think those are coming from these, which I did not realize initially. I thought the same thing, right? Like, I thought it was successfully passing all of these and not this one. And I know there's not an I in this. But, like, for some reason my build script is not getting run. Like, all the other build scripts are getting run. But my build script doesn't get run. I mean, it gets run, we change this to panic, and it doesn't work. Like, why isn't it linking against my library? Am I, like, what version of Rust am I on? Is this a bug? I mean, maybe we should do rust up. How do you do it? Rust up stable? Rust up. I forget how to switch actually. I always run on nightly. I mean, we should. I guess we can just update and hope for the best. Get a fresh one. Update. Yeah, what is it? Rust up. Oh, default. Rust up default. Yeah, I don't care. I want to rust up. I only want to update nightly. And then we'll try rebuilding, and if it doesn't work, we might just that might be it for today. Let's see, we're 2.5 hours in. I only meant to do this for 2 hours, but yeah, I'm like, this is what drives me crazy about this binding stuff. Is like you get so close, like it feels so close. So after I do an update, we'll do cargo clean, and then I'm just gonna try to build it again. What is home? Compiling home. Okay, same issue. If we go in here, yeah, I mean, this is still kind of freaking me out. Like, why are these all showing up? I think we just need to do like a rust flag, maybe. I don't understand why this is not working. We're just going to try passing it as an environment variable. Let's see, rust C link flag and rust flags. I mean, I guess we can also try this. That's a good question, Icarus. Do we have both the SO and the A versions? But I think I deleted. I'm pretty sure I deleted the .a version. I hope. And I think, okay, lib rwm dwm. Oh, whoops. What? Oh, is this still there? That's a good question then. Okay. That was a very good question. Let's try it again. Okay, same thing there. Let's try this one. We'll try passing it like -L, right? Like DWM. And let's see if that actually comes through. Okay, so that actually triggered a different error. That's what we want, basically. And then we'll just add, well, we can try it like, oh my goodness, eglot. We'll try that. So this apparently does nothing. Yes. That is good. We've made progress. Thank you for the suggestions, everybody. Let's try to make lib -b. Let's try to run this again. Now we're getting an undefined reference in our file. That's kind of weird. So that was a C issue. And I don't know exactly. Okay, undefined reference. Let's, just for now, we will try hiding that. Let's go back to dwm.c, right? And we'll put our display down here, where it usually goes. And we'll make it static. We'll just hide everything again. We're gonna make it, so run should be in here, run should be fine. And then dpy hopefully is defined. Okay, there we go. That's okay again. Okay. Oh, thank you, Icarus. You don't want the DPY to be external. It says define somewhere else. Okay, so that's exactly the opposite of what we wanted. Thank you. That's good to know. Let's get back to main RS. So it compiled. Is it going to run? I don't think it will run. And the only way to find out... Whoops, I just killed Emacs. I meant to kill my X server. Packages RWM. And we're actually going to do cargo install. Okay, we don't want it to be extra. That's good to know. This is what you run into when you don't actually know how to program in C, but you try to use some C code. And like I said, it works really well when you're using libraries that somebody who knew what they were doing wrote. But DWM is not supposed to be a library. So that I wasn't talking about the people who wrote DWM. I'm talking about me. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's try start X. And it crashed. It should crash. That's correct. You want it to be extern in all but one place. Ah, okay. Okay, thank you very much for that help. Now it crashed because if we remember DWM, we're calling the run function from DWM. So we look in dwm.c and this is actual VI. Okay, let's, I think, oh no, it should be, oh, my caps lock wasn't working. Okay, void run. What? Void run, isn't it void? Anyway, the point is, run uses DPY, but we didn't actually set DPY. So if we want to fix that, so we're basically, we need to try again to set bindgen DPY equals, oh, this is unsafe as well. MDPY dot. Okay, so we're kind of back to our original thing. So, okay, if I want, okay, so I don't want DPY to be extern. Did I change it back to static? Do I need to take off the static? I guess is my question now. Because I want, or really I need to be able to access it from here. Did I add static DPY, static display? Can I take that out? And we're just going to touch build RS and hope that that makes it run again. Okay. Can't find value DPY in module bindgen. Yeah, so this, I guess this is how I ended up adding extern in the first place. Is I'm trying to figure out how to... Oh, I need to put it back in the header file, don't I? Let's try that. We might need to touch our build script again. Let's try this. Okay. Okay, so this is like a bindgen thing again. So x11, xlib, xdisplay, and bindgen xdisplay. So we really don't... This is like we need... I can actually use Emacs, right? So let's tell... Let's do a block list on BuildRS. Stop it, eglot. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm trying to use caps lock again. Holy moly. And I have caps lock on. Okay. Whew. I'm not sure I've ever used Emacs like in a TTY. This is kind of nice. I've definitely used it like in a terminal emulator. Okay. I'm looking at my other monitor this time for sure because we don't have a browser. Bindgen block. I think it's block list. Yeah, I think we want to come down here, and I think we say block list type. Whoa, eglot is working. This is crazy. Or company mode. Underscore X display. Please do not create bindings for that. Similarly named type alias display defined here. Ooh. Oh, because it's not doing that. Okay. Okay, so the idea is basically vi buildRS. Let's go ahead and delete that. So that's going to mess up all of our other bindings basically. So we're going to do source main rs, and we are just going to cast it. Okay, now we're going to try start X again. Uh-oh. It didn't... Oh, cannot open shared object file. Okay, that's what we want actually. Because we need to set our LD library path to where our DWM library is. Packages, DWM, and then we should be able to start X. And there we go. So we are now calling... Oh. Okay, we started it. We started it, and then something bad happened. What if I don't touch anything? Does it still crash? Or was it because I clicked on something? Okay, this is cool. This is good. This is good. I mean, it's not ideal maybe, but it's okay. Okay, I think this, unfortunately, I might have to leave it off there. The dog is kind of moving around. Let's try. Let me just pop in a DWM. What? What happened there? It's going somewhere. I know. That's awesome. Isn't this how you do it? Start X. Oh, is this? Oh, you have to do it like this? Yeah, I thought you could just do... You do this, right? Start X, DWM. Maybe, do I have to say dot like that? Okay, I can't remember. Okay, well, I guess, here we go. Something we can do. Packages. I'm just trying to, like, get back into a graphical environment. Source, main. What we need to do is, instead of doing this... Yeah, setting out... Yeah. Well, okay, so that's a good point, and it always feels like a mistake when I'm doing it. But what should I do in this case? Like, I'm building this library. I'm trying to see what the dog's doing, sorry. I'm building this library in like a random directory. Am I just supposed to put that into a system location? Or like is there some other practice that's better to do? Because I run into this a lot recently at work. Like I'm trying to generate bindings to this code, and I don't necessarily want to put the libraries in my like system area. Oh, getting the link incorrect is a better idea. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah, dollar origin. That I looked into that last week. And yeah, I was using, maybe I wasn't using origin. I was using like R link or something. Some linker flag. Is that what it's called? Maybe, is it not R link? Okay, I might have to look more into this origin stuff. Yeah, doing the right thing is usually the better idea, right? That's a good point. Okay, dollar origin. I'll look into that some more. Let's try to get booted back into an actual graphical console. So, yeah, instead of... Oh, wait. I think maybe this is the problem. Is that I had both of those in there. Hopefully that's the problem. That was not the problem. I think, isn't run is the one with the loop, right? Closing log file. Oh, was it this? And then let's try our LD again. Just for now, until we can figure out the right way to do it. Okay, so something's messed up. VI source. Oh, something bad is happening. So this is actually the one. What is going on? I think is my... Okay. Okay, something very bad is happening. My my caps lock like keeps toggling itself. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Something horrible is happening. I am not hitting caps lock. Look at that. Okay. I'm trying a couple more things. We might just need to restart the VM at this point. I don't know what's going on. Okay, something horrible is happening. Restart now. Oh no. Why is it happening? Alright. Alright, we can't do it. I don't know what's happening. Reboot. That's bizarre. R path. Okay, the value should probably be something like $origin. Okay, thank you so much. I will try. I'm gonna write that down. Yeah, because I hate setting LD library path. It seems so like hacky. Yeah, I felt bad about it, but I didn't know what else to do. So thank you. It's like reassuring to know that you're not supposed to do that. So again, let's do this. Okay, we're actually not using that. Is it happening again? Okay. Cargo install path here. We'll rebuild this. We'll start X, and I think everything should be okay now. Okay. Is Emacs frozen? What's going on? Oh, maybe Emacs isn't actually there. Right, my window manager doesn't work. Okay, well, anyway, we're back in the graphical environment. Thanks to all of y'all's help, Icarus, you especially, thank you very much. I think we basically got this thing going. RWM, packages, RWM, main.rs. I'm going to commit, source main. Yeah, so we got it working. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully next time I stream, maybe next weekend, we'll start doing what I actually intended to do today, which is getting this kind of thing to actually compile, and yeah, getting this to actually compile, and then we'll start actually replacing stuff with Rust. Well, actually, we're gonna have to replace things that I have in here with C, and then we'll start replacing them again with Rust. But thank you again for all of your help, everybody, and everyone who stopped by. I guess the VOD will go right up, so hopefully other people will see this later. But thanks again. I'll see you guys next time. This was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, so I'll plan not for it to be like months before the next one. So anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Yeah, have a nice week. Thank you. You too.